Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. This is the Tarot portion in the second half of my daily astrology vlog, which you can check out on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. Over there, you will find a description of the day's astrology as I've spelled it out here. Here, I will discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page, and then I will play another card that, in the context of today's astrology, may just give us something more to think about. So let's get into it. The card that currently sits on the side of the page is the Three of Pentacles, and it is here because it corresponds in astrology with the second decan, or the second 10 days of the sun's transit here in the land of Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign. Pentacles in Tarot are earth element symbolism, and earth element symbolism has to do with the physical resources we have and what we are willing to do with them to create something of value for ourselves, something that represents structure, safety, and stability for ourselves. And so we come to the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is very much a card about teamwork, about cooperation, collaboration, building things together, okay? So we understand that people with different skills work together toward a greater can work together toward a greater cause. And you know, if you take a look at this picture, you've got the person who's doing the actual carving work on the archway here. Those are the Three Pentacles up there, the three stars. You've got a person here, it looks like they're the one who made the plan. You've got another person here who might be the actual benefactor, the person who brought the money, right? So everybody shows up with their own physical capacities, whether it's financial, whether it's planning, whether it's actually building and doing. And in that way, we all work together and we can create something that is not just simply our own, but belongs to the collective or the community, okay? Teamwork makes swift progress, okay? It helps us create something new, you know, in a way where we didn't have to do all the work, right? You know, if I'm a worker bee and I'm very good at creating these stone archways, you know, perhaps what I need is for somebody to come up with the plan first, right? So just remember, you know, that you come with your own capacities, you come with your own availabilities and your resources. And so you don't really have to step outside of what you do as long as you're collaborating with other people who have their own skill sets that complement yours. And with that said, I'm going to turn that over. Oh, hey, the Five of Swords, friends. Okay. So swords represent air element symbolism, and the air element symbolism is very much like Mercury. It's about how we think, how we plan, how we use our words. And in the and in swords element, you know, there's often this reminder that you can use that sword of truth to cut both ways, right? You can help or you can do harm with it. We can use especially with the Five of Swords here, I always think, you know, we can use our very sharp minds and intellects. We can use our words to win any kind of battle. You know, some of us find ourselves in a position where we can really, you know, definitely sort of win any argument, no matter what comes up, just with the use of our words and our intellect. But you know, what comes up for me with the Five of Swords is, yes, you can enter into that battle, but you know, was it worth it? Right? You know, sometimes it is worthwhile to win the battle of words, to win the contest of ideas. But you know, if you're sort of left behind to clean up the mess and you've lost friends in the deal, then perhaps it wasn't a battle worth getting into. So it's a very choose your battles kind of card. It does say, you know, you can come out on top in any sort of intellectual pursuit, especially when you're, you know, when you're perhaps like verbally sparring with another person. But you know, to weigh the wisdom of that. So with the Five of Swords, what do we see here on the page? We see Mercury in retrograde. And Mercury is retrograde through the 18th. It's a 3-week retrograde, and it went retrograde just 4 or 5 days ago. So, you know, this is a time when we may, you know, what comes up for me often with Mercury retrograde is that I think I'm articulating myself very well. I think I'm being very straightforward and honest and direct. I think that that's the important thing, is just to say the thing that will make it very clear what I want and what I mean, right? But what I have failed to do, you see there's 3 people in both of these cards. If this was a collaboration, I have failed at collaborating, right? Because what I didn't do was I didn't listen to the ideas of the other people around me. I didn't take into account the skill set, the skills, the ideas, the capabilities that they bring to the table. And so, I might have made more work for myself here just by sort of chasing people off and saying, I'm going to do this myself because y'all are so stupid, right? So be aware of that, all right? When Mercury is in retrograde, we want to listen better. We want to be a little more collaborative. We want to be a little more open, okay? And especially because the moon is in collaborative Gemini right now, conjunct today to Mars, which is retrograde as well, right? So, we're really feeling that backup of initiative. We may feel frustrated. We may feel like, we can't move forward the way we would like to move forward at this time. Mars retrograde in Gemini is like, try again, come with a couple of different ideas. It's almost like it's inevitably any action you take is going to take more work than you think it's going to take, right? That's Mars retrograde in Gemini. And with the moon conjunct there, it's just an intensity of that feeling of frustration, right? And so when we get that feeling of frustration, and Mercury is also retrograde, we're liable to pop off a little bit, right? We're liable to be a little too smart for our own britches, right? And when you're wielding that sword of truth, and you don't think about whether you're helping or doing harm, sometimes you just sort of people have to create a distance, right? And not even necessarily that they wanted to. Perhaps these people showed up to cooperate with you, to collaborate with you, to have a good discussion with you. But the way we behaved, was out of frustration and out of a desire to be abundantly clear, but we forgot to listen, and we forgot that this was a collaboration, right? So be aware of that. This is a time to be collaborating, and collaboration takes listening. It doesn't just take showing up and telling everybody, well, this is my plan, all right, we're working on something together, right? One person shows up with a plan that they have talked over with both of the other people, depending on what their capacities are to help fulfill that plan. All right, so we want to be. I think it's really interesting that these 2 cards showed up together, because each of them does have 3 people in them, and in this instance, we're working together to create a structure and a network for security and support, not just in our lives, but in the lives of the people around us. And in this case, 3 people have shown up together, and 2 of them took off, and it looks like nothing got done except maybe somebody won an argument, right? So think about how important it is to win the argument. Is it more important than having a good collaboration and getting the job done? Because if you find yourself in this position, you've created a lot more work for yourself, okay? If you find yourself in this position, these people showed up to say, well, we were going to help you, but we don't like working with you, so we're not. Right? So if you want to get that done, you have to do it, and do it all yourself. We're in this case, because we cooperated and we all came with our different resources and skill sets, we can get the job done, and it's beautifully done, and it is supportive of the community, and everybody can feel good about it in the end. Right. I think that's all very clear. Moon is conjunct to Mars today. It does make us a little more assertive. It makes us more active, restless. We may even have some sort of sexiness, a sex drive about us, but we want to be careful and watch those competitive impulses, because we don't want to be, we may want to be assertive, but we probably don't want to be aggressive unless the situation we're in calls for it, okay? There's a real warning on the page today about, being more aggressive than we need to be, okay? So let's not do that. Let's show up, let's listen. Let's do what we said we would do, play our own role in the collaborations that we're trying to make, right? Don't try to take on other people's jobs. and try to tell other people how to do their jobs. Don't let other people show you how you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do, but definitely let everybody participate, okay? Because when everybody participates, we have these beautiful outcomes. They happen very quickly. We can make good progress together. Okay, I believe that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate your presence here. My name is Mel Rose, and I'm not here to show your daily aspects. My name is Mel Rose. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.